So you've decided to play PvP but want to have the easy way out. Then these might be some of the class and spec choices for you to consider on Wrath of the Lich King expansion. Wrath of the Lich King is one of the few expansions where even playing a tank spec in PvP is viable. Although you will see much more use in PvP as an arms warrior, the protection spec is still a lot of fun and it can shine especially in cases where you don't need the Mortal Strike effect.
Hello, Swifty here, and this is Proc PvP.
Obviously, as a protection spec, you can handle a lot more incoming damage, yet still you can hit hard with your revenge ability and have a lot of crowd control abilities, especially handy in 3v3 and BGs, namely Shockwave AoE Stun and Intimidating Shout AoE Fear, as well as Concussion Blow, Disarm, and one of the most fun abilities in the game, Spell Reflection. Protection warriors are also extremely mobile, packing one extra mobility cooldown compared to the other specs, and that is Intervene, making it even easier for you to move across the map. Paladin's hybrid Red Prot spec, also known as Prac spec, is literally a 3-button spec if you consider your basic DPS rotation only. Compared to the Retribution spec, it doesn't have Crusader Strike and Divine Storm abilities, but it has Shield of Righteousness. However, the complexity of the class and its strength doesn't come from doing damage. It has a supporter role in PvP, providing incredible off-healing with frequent instant flash of lights for him and his teammates thanks to the Art of War procs, but also frequent dispelling. Paladin on Wrath of the Lich King can dispel any type of magic on himself or his teammates. This means he can even dispel crowd control on his arena partners, spells such as Polymorph, Fear, Hammer of Justice, and so on. And since on Wrath of the Lich King not all healers have a dispel of this kind, Paladin is extremely valuable in a PvP team if he can track his partner's unit frames and is ready to support them when needed. This complexity, which gets more difficult the bigger the PvP bracket, in 2v2 you only have to keep track of yourself and one more player, while in 3v3 there is an extra player and in BGs even more. Makes it a way more complicated class to be played properly if you want to be a really good Paladin. The easiest spec overall, probably on every single WoW expansion. It's a Frost Death Knight.
Like a strange disease, hidden
Death Knight is a tunneler class. That means they just focus on their kill target and mostly ignore everything else. They don't have too many abilities with which they could support their party. Although their Chains of Ice and Death Grip can help in crucial moments, they usually have to focus on dealing damage and pressuring their opponents. While Unholy Death Knights have to keep track of their pets and need to know how to manage them, Frost Death Knights don't have to deal with this. However, this comes with a price. Frost DKs are not very viable in any type of competitive PvP. They're more of a fun spec to play. They can deal insane amount of burst damage and you can quickly burst somebody down if they're underestimated you. But don't expect this to be the case in high rated PvP. In a future video we will have a look at the easiest ranged and healer classes to play in PvP on Wrath of the Lich King. They're in a separate category since with ranged classes there is much more emphasis on the right positioning compared to the melees which just chase their target most of the time. So even the easiest ranged class is usually more difficult to play than a melee class.
I hope you enjoyed Prop PvP. As always, Swifty here. Thanks for watching.